Hello friends, and I'm glad to welcome you on the Archero Play channel. So guys, in today's video we will talk with you about the top weapons in 2023. As you know, the balance of the game is constantly changing and every year plus one weapon is released in the game. The balance of the power is always changing, and as I noticed, this balance is maintained for a long time. I won't delay the introduction for a long time, but just can help but ask you to subscribe to the channel, and if the video was useful to you, you can like and leave your comment. And for the most daring and grateful for the content, you can become a sponsor of the channel and make your donations as always. I will leave the links under the video. Thank you and let's go guys. As you can see, I have all weapons of the mythical gradation, and let's start with the worst and move on top 1. The last place in the top is occupied by such a weapon as a staff. Of course, even interference has its advantages, but in terms of use, this weapon ranks last in the top. The advantage of the staff is that it has homing projectiles, so to speak, but it is very easy to hide from them. The flight of the projectile is very slow. Because of this, it's very difficult to skip the animation. So using a staff on the complex chapters is almost impossible. Of course, if you take diagonal 8 with a staff, it will be a little easier, but everything is not good as it could be. The staff has a couple of bonuses, but they are not so significant. But other, I must say, the higher the health of your opponents, the more crit damage can be, the charge time of shells can be reduced to 50% if you have a mythical crop. I do not use a staff and do not advise you to. And now the 8th place in the top is occupied by such a weapon as a crossbow. Once upon a time we thought that the crossbow would be the top. It has a charged strike that deals double damage. It builds up over time, but it will be difficult for those shots to hit. The attack speed of the crossbow is weak, and in order to get a little more you must take the attack speed. Yes, of course you can accelerate the speed, but include in the sacrificing other skills is not good. The crossbow has a lot of bonuses, and charge strike pierces through the opponents after a critical strike. The feeling speed of double strike can be gained much faster. But I will say this crossbow is not a weapon for chapters and not for playing PvP mode. It can only be useful in endless adventure and in conjunction with a Book of Enlightenment. That's why this crossbow took 8th place in our raid. 7th place in the top is occupied by a boomerang, a good weapon with a piercing effect that will return to the hand, can deal several blows to the enemy. This is a really cool indicator, but besides, the attack speed is not as fast as we would like. It's easy to skip the animation, but it's not as strong as tracking weapons in the top. Another advantage of the boomerang is that the further the projectiles fly, the more damage will be. You constantly need to change the angles of the attack in order to hit the enemy. It's really difficult. For the fact that weapon is considered an average honor is the 7th place, we will give to the boomerang, guys. And the 6th place in the top is occupied by a scythe. I really wish I could put the scythe higher, but I just can't because there are so many other cool weapons in the game. I can't really say anything bad about the scythe, but no, I still can. It is extremely slow, but at the same time very strong. The biggest problem is the attack speed, but in terms of damage, only the top 1 and 2 places in this top can be compared with the scythe. Scythe has a unique skill. If the enemy has less than 50% of health, you can make a headshot to the enemy and immediately kill him. Works only on mobs. On bosses or on heroes in the PvP mode it doesn't work. The scythe also has a good bonus in the form of increased damage, but you need to get as close to the enemy as possible. And also the scythe is the best suited to the passage of difficult chapters because, as I said before, the scythe has a headshot. So the 5th place in this top we will give to a saw. Yes, it was this weapon that rose from the bottom of last year. And here, friends, everything is simple. The attack speed is the highest in the game, and now playing in PvP mode, this can play a major role if you know which hero to take under the soul. Minuses of the soul is a very weak attack. If you are sitting that you have the ability to increase attack power, you should definitely take it. Another advantage of the soul is that the more you hit the enemy, the higher the chance of dodging, and these skills are cumulative. So it will be possible to increase evasion very much by playing with the soul. A good weapon will suit you for fast farming in PvP mode, so use a soul if you have one. And now, guys, we got to the first place in the top, and it's gonna be a spear. Cool universal weapon that is both fast and strong at the same time. Perfect projectile flight. With some heroes you can break through the walls, which can work very well for you in PvP game. When you take a multi-shot, you don't even notice the flight of the projectile. I really like to play with the spear. The spear also has many interesting bonuses about which I will tell you. When attacking the same mobs with bosses or a hero, you will deal increased damage, and when your hits are critical, the attack speed will increase. Thus, even if you do not take the attack speed, the spear can disperse itself according to these indicators. In PvP mode, it is also very playable. All bonuses work with a bang, and it is just perfect for passing chapters. And now the third place, and we can say an honorable bronze place is occupied by a bow. This is the most versatile weapon in the game, according to the developers. Yes, I can agree on something. How much high attack power is slightly more than average. Skip animation work just perfect. Good for farming chapters, the best weapon for playing in PvP mode. Well, to this it must be also be said that it's a bow that has a cool skill like 50% critical damage. The bow is perfect for the animation skip and active movement in the game. Because of this, you will also have an open bonus of them. After you make a shot at the enemy and move around the map, how many of your attacks will increase, and the crit damage will also increase, guys. So friends, this is really the most versatile weapon in the game. And now the second place, this top is occupied by demonic hell sword. Last year it was a top 1 weapon, but this year it's already in the second place, guys. The sword has an active skill, but it can only be used when you're playing with a Shingen. Great for passing chapters, especially such chapters that have bosses. It is with the chapters that many have problems. The weapon can be used in both ranged and melee combat. The attack speed is slightly less than average, but you will hardly notice it. The damage is very strong. As soon as you start using this sword, you will immediately notice the difference with other weapons. Well, the sword also has a lot of different bonuses. For example, one of the good advantages is when you receive damage from opponents, you can increase critical damage. In close combat, you can return some of the health when killing mobs. This can something help you a lot. When moving, you can increase the hero's evasion. In a word, this is a very versatile and cool weapon. If you don't have the top 1 weapon in the game, you should use the demonic hell sword for sure, guys. And so, the first golden place is occupied by the old-fashioned, or as I also call it, guys, the antiquarian sword, antiquate sword. Friends, this is just super awesome and very cool weapon with the different bonuses. Yes, I understand that it will be the most difficult to assemble it, but once you assemble it, you will feel the difference. This weapon, like the hell, can be used in both melee and ranged combat, but that's not all. You can switch weapons from one-handed to two-handed and you will be notice how cool it is. Also, the weapon has an active skill in the form of a tornado. It can be used in the mechanicals of any heroes. There is one very important thing to do. You need to get used to using this particular sword, as it can be difficult to use for beginners. Well, let's talk about the bonuses. When taking damage, you can increase the attack speed and the chance of critical damage. When you kill the enemy, the attack becomes much stronger. When hitting an enemy, the attack will soon become faster. This is the strongest weapon in the game in 2023, friends. And a set of an antiquate sword with a book of time will help you to go through absolutely through all any chapters, guys. Well, guys, this turned out to be a top. I hope that the top was useful for you, and now you know that it's still worth using in 2023. Play the game and write what videos you still want to see on this channel. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice day and see you very soon. Bye bye, guys.